This car factory in Enfield, North London, has become the most recent victim of the crisis in the automobile industry and ongoing recession. 5 days ago, the Visteon management announced that it was to be one of 3 factories that would close immediately. Outraged at the way they've been treated, the workers decided to occupy the factory.
Tuesday afternoon, about 3/4 of an hour before our shift would end, they all asked us upstairs into one of the meeting rooms, and the administrating accountant said we'd all be made redundant. We wouldn't be needed to come in the next day. I felt awful. You know, just really sick.
You know, I've seen grown men cry. We all have mortgages. You know, we have a young family to bring up. I don't know how we're going to cope.
The workers here feel they've done more than their fair share to make the company successful.
We've gone from 3 shifts to 2 shifts to single shifts, saved them money, and with so much as 6 minutes to 10 minutes, we was told that we haven't got a job and it's goodbye, thank you, have a nice life. Very upsetting.
They are refusing to leave, stating that the Visteon management has violated its employment contract, which was agreed upon 9 years ago when Ford sold off the factory.
Now it did belong to Ford first, then they bring Visteon with us. But we still got a Ford contract. That's what we are fighting for, because even our pension gone, anything. So we want to know where we stand.
But the way I see it, if I'm a Ford Mirror Terms and Conditions employee, that includes redundancy and any redundancy programs that Ford have. But for them to come and tell us you'll have to go with nothing, with like 6 minutes notice, come in, sorry you've got no job, empty your locker and go, that's what they've told us and we're not going.
To secure their occupation, the workers have blocked the entrances, but have to remain constantly vigilant for bailiffs, security and police who are trying to evict them on behalf of the management.
Have they got a bailiff over there?
No.
The reason we're here is because we've been treated disgustingly. We're now in jeopardy of losing our homes, our children, our families out on the street, when they could have quite easily have given us all just a reasonable amount of money, which we're not begging them for money which is not owed to us. It's money we've worked for.
They've been quite happy taking the profits from the work that we've done over the past 20 years, and they have got extremely rich out of it. And they expect me to sit at home with nothing, or go out and find a job for £6 an hour.
Some feel that the closure of the factory could easily have been avoided.
We can make anything plastic at all. We've got the machinery, all you need is the mould. I put in a suggestion that we could have made wheelie bins, because in Germany they're supplying the wheelie bins here for the UK. They can't make enough. Why couldn't we make the wheelie bins for England, for London, from this plant?
The workers are sleeping on makeshift beds of cardboard. The lack of access to proper amenities and the sleepless nights are taking their toll.
It's tough. Every night's getting tougher, you know. You're away from your children and your family. But if it means we've got to squat here and stay here, we'll do it.
The other 2 shut down Visteon factories, one in Belfast and this one here in Basildon, East London, were also occupied by the workers.
We occupied the factory from 10 o'clock onwards. We were contacting the media and getting radio interviews, and it was getting widespread support. But during the course of the day, there was a big build-up of police, all putting on riot gear, Kevlar jackets, police dogs barking, and there was a lot of intimidation.
After being threatened with mass arrest, the workers agreed to leave peacefully. So they are continuing the protest with round-the-clock pickets. Here too there is widespread anger.
I spent 25 years working for Ford Motor Company, and I paid pension money into their pension. We made a profit in this plant for, good knows, about 30 odd years we made a profit in this plant. The last 2-3 years we haven't made a profit. They don't want to know us now because we're not making that profit that they want. No loyalty whatsoever. Just left out on a rubbish heap.
Concerned local residents have gathered here in support, as well as local Labour MP Angela Smith.
The thing that I really want to get to the bottom of is the relationship between Fords and Visteon. These people here were told they would be kept on. When they transferred to Visteon, they'd be on Ford's mirrored terms and conditions. They were told they would have that for life. They were told they'd have it for their entire working lives. And then that's not happened. And that's the key thing here. Legally, is that allowed? So it's what's legally right. There is also what is morally right here.
Suspicions of foul play by the Visteon management has been confirmed by a new discovery.
A document has just come to light this morning, retrieved from Company House by the local MP, which shows that the head of Visteon UK, Steve Gould, had plans last January where he set up a new company, Visteon Automotive Products, with the clear intention of bankrupting the existing firm, slashing workers' pay and conditions, and opening up again a new company in the same, trading in the same premises, using the same machinery, probably employing new workers on lower rates of pay.
We believe from 2006, and maybe before that, they put a plan in place to arrive at this day that we've arrived at now. But, you know, we've got ways and we're finding out and we're going to expose them.
Some feel that the behaviour of the Visteon management has a broader context.
I've had several complaints now about companies using the recession not as, as an excuse to change the terms and conditions of workers.
It's the pure profit motive that's driving this forward, is to undermine workers' pay and conditions, cast them aside onto the dole in order to maximise profits.
But morale at the two factories has been boosted by the support from surrounding communities. Their campaign has also struck a chord with other workers and trade unionists, many of whom are also fighting job cuts. Here at Enfield, visitors are donating money and food.
We had a big collection in work today with the money we've spent on food, and we give them some pound notes. We brought down some sleeping bags yesterday, passing it up, you know, more the merrier. With all the collapses in the bank, there's too many people just thinking, oh, there's nothing you can do about it just because it's, you know, just because it's international collapse of the bank. There is something you can do about it. It's about time someone stood up and did something, and this is people, you know, people like these should be an inspiration for other people to go out and actually do something.
There's going to be a lot of trade unionists, I think, who are going to be looking at this and looking at this as an example or to see how it goes. But also I think there's going to be a lot of employers going to be looking at this, and they're going to be looking at it in the opposite way to see what they can get away with. So this is why, it's so important, and why we come down here, and why everyone needs to come down here.
It's fantastic, great support we've been getting. And that's what's kept us going, I think, on the roof, knowing that, you know, we've got support out there. You know, it's just really made the effort to carry on.
We have made an influence to the wider public as well, because I'm sure the wider public know that it could be that battle another time.
There's only one way to end profiteering, and that is through taking action, as we've seen today, occupations that have occurred, and that we run society on the basis of production for need and not for profit. In other words, we have to get rid of the capitalist system, which is rotten to the core.
You've got to stick together, and if you don't stick together, your companies, your management will just walk over you and you will have no rights. You know, if you stick together, you can do a lot.